All right, man. Chat, chat. YouTube. This is a YouTube exclusive, man. This this is a first time for me, and I don't like talking bad about a particular city or a particular country, and this is only directed towards Da Nang, Vietnam. And so this should not speak for the other cities in Vietnam, as I assume they are also very beautiful places. Okay, so this is strictly for Da Nang. Da Nang, Vietnam, I will never be back to this city. I will never be back here. I will never. Before I start my rant, man, let me make sure this is good to go, man, because I don't like to really do this too often, and I'm going to give constructive criticism from a non-emotional perspective, because there's a lot of stuff I can say that's outside of my own control about Da Nang. Like I love. Let me just be brutally honest. I love the people. Right? I love the people of Vietnam. Okay? But the thing about Da Nang in particular is that Da Nang has been touted as the Miami of Southeast Asia. It's been paraded around as if it's some beautiful place, and it's the Miami of Southeast Asia, just like I said before, right? So far, and I've been here for 2 days, I want to go back to Thailand. I do not like it here in Da Nang. Let me kind of explain to you guys why. So, first of all, what is outside of my control and what really didn't kind of factor into my conclusion about Da Nang, at least 2 days in, and my opinion may change later on during the week, right? I'm here for 1 week, okay? So one thing that's out of my control is obviously the weather, right? And I know it's monsoon season here in Southeast Asia, and storms this is a known thing, right? Nothing I can do, nothing the government can do, nothing the people of Vietnam can do about monsoon season. That's fine. However, the tourism and infrastructure, specifically in Da Nang, and I'm not talking about the other major cities, right? The tourism infrastructure in Da Nang is severely lacking. Let me give you guys an example, and I'll compare it to Bangkok and Pattaya, Thailand, which is an hour and a half flight away from Da Nang. First of all, the number one Achilles heel for Da Nang, Vietnam, at least at the oceanfront street that they have here, is the lack of access to ATMs and cash exchange places or locations. This has been my biggest frustration with the city so far, because I'm staying at a pretty nice Airbnb/hotel, and the nearest ATM that I can get cash from that takes American cards, because there are some ATMs in the city. There's an ATM that's within a couple of minutes walking away from here. It doesn't accept American debit cards. Okay, so the nearest ATM that accepts American debit cards is 14 minutes walk away from the hotel, or a 4 to 5 minute grab taxi or bike away from the hotel, which I have no issue with, right? The thing is, when I compare it to a place like Bangkok or Pattaya, there was an ATM within a 1 minute walk from my Airbnb and or hotel in both cities. The Pattaya and Bangkok have very developed tourism industries, and they have fixed this issue of availability of ATMs in the city. Da Nang, I understand, is still developing its tourism industry. However, man, I'm trying to be really politically correct here, because I am so upset at the infrastructure here for tourism. And that's ignoring the weather. Because I've seen pictures of Da Nang and it looks beautiful when the weather is right. So there's no way we can control the weather. But if the government of Vietnam ever sees this video, anybody that is in power in this country that has any control over this city, the number one thing you guys can do is add more ATMs and or cash exchange places. This will solve one of the biggest Achilles heel of this city, especially for tourists. Because if you want your economy to grow here, right, you want to add additional infrastructure for people to actually come here and want to come here and stay here. Because I promise you, in places like Bangkok, places like Pattaya, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phuket, Krabi, Koh Samui, the convenience factor of a lot of the major cities in Thailand compared to Da Nang in particular, Da Nang is lacking in a lot of different areas. First of all, second of all, like looking at the ATM and being able to get cash and withdraw cash. The second thing is that the majority of the places here in Da Nang only accept cash. So if you go and try to eat like a local, right? You try to support a local business, you walk in, the first thing you got to ask them, do you accept card? Before you even sit down. The majority of the places will tell you it is cash only. And that leans into the biggest Achilles heel for Da Nang I just covered, is obtaining said cash. So what does that do? That not only frustrates your tourists who can't even get cash, and if they bring a foreign currency to the city of Da Nang, they don't even have a place to exchange it, bro. They have to go to the mall to exchange their money. I only saw one currency exchange station, and that was at the mall. And when I hate to compare countries or compare cities, but it's just so blatant and obvious what's missing and lacking in Da Nang. If you can let people get your currency, people can spend and increase the economy here. It's so simple. Third of all, and this, don't get me wrong, I love the people of Vietnam. They are lovely people. They're very helpful. I left my fanny pack at one of the restaurants just a few minutes ago, and I went back, and all my stuff was still in the bag. Right? They were holding it for me, waiting for me to come back. I love the people of Vietnam. However, the English proficiency in Da Nang is almost non-existent. And that's not the fault of their people. I should actually learn more of the Vietnamese language. And I get it. However, if you want your city to be an international city like Bangkok or Pattaya, there has to be a concerted effort to have your population at least learn basic English. And there are not a lot of English speakers here, and I get it. But if you truly want the city to boom as a tourist hotspot, as I think it will become over the next 5 to 10 years, but in 2025, 2026, this city's not ready for y'all. And I'm talking to all the tourists out there, all the English speaking tourists. Da Nang is not ready to support you. So if you come to this city, I beg you, first of all, bring cash, bring US dollar, bring whatever. Second of all, be prepared for big headaches when it comes to exchanging said cash and or obtaining cash. Third of all, be prepared as soon as you get off the plane. If you need a SIM card, let me get to that, bro. Let me get to that. You guys know I love to do IRL streams, right? I've been doing IRL streams in Thailand the past 2 to 3 weeks, right? I walked through the airport in Thailand, in Bangkok. They give me an eSIM, unlimited data, unlimited high-speed data. I can hotspot, IRL stream to my heart's content, right? I land here in Da Nang. I'm kind of expecting the same thing in Vietnam, but they hit you. So if you do come here, and I'll explain it in a second, make sure you have a phone that has a physical SIM card slot if you want unlimited data. Because for some strange, ridiculous reason, if you go to the main cell phone carrier here in Vietnam, they only offer the unlimited data, unlimited high speed with a physical SIM card. Or if you only have eSIM, which is pretty much all of the iPhones now since the 15, so it's been 2-3 years since it's been eSIM only in the US. The eSIMs only give you maximum of 5 gigabytes per day. It doesn't give you unlimited like the physical SIM cards do, which I find that is one of the most ridiculous things I have ever heard in my lifetime, because it was so easy to do it in Thailand. They add additional obstacles here in Vietnam that just frustrates you from beginning to end. So as soon as I land in Vietnam, it's like, oh yeah, you don't have a physical SIM card on your iPhone 15? I'm like, it's a 3-year-old phone. It's a 2 or 3-year-old phone. Y'all gotta catch up with the times. Everybody has eSIM only, especially in the US. Y'all want the US dollar? How about you guys, first of all, make connectivity while you're here in Vietnam for tourists a lot easier. Thailand literally has multiple kiosks within the Bangkok airport that says tourist SIM card as soon as you step foot off the plane. It is openly advertised. Even if they only take cash until you leave customs in Bangkok, it is still offered openly. And it's eSIM, unlimited data, unlimited high speed. It's easy to obtain. The convenience factor here in Vietnam, at least for Da Nang I can speak for, there's so many obstacles, so many barriers for tourists to actually come here and enjoy themselves. It just makes you want to leave and go to another Asian country. It makes you want to go back to a Thailand. I'm thinking about doing that right now. I do not want to be in Da Nang. This is one of the few cities where it looks beautiful on paper, it looks beautiful on the internet, but when you're actually here, boots on the ground, you just don't enjoy yourself. It's not an easy process to come here and visit. First of all, you got the visa. If you're a US citizen, you got to apply for the visa, and that takes 3, 4, 5 working days if you expedite it. It takes 7 or 8 working days if you do it regular, and then you got to pay. Thailand, you do a digital travel card, and that's free, and that's instant. And they give you a QR code, and you show customs when you land, and you're in Thailand. There's just so many barriers to entry to get into Vietnam. I don't know if I want to come back. But I love the people. Do not get me wrong. I love the Vietnamese people. They're so helpful, even if they don't speak English. They don't speak English, y'all. Even if they don't speak English, they're so helpful. I love the Vietnamese people. Don't get me wrong. But traveling here, the bureaucracy, the process, it's so cumbersome when you compare it to a country like Thailand. It makes you say, I don't want to come here again. I want to stay in Thailand. And it was a mistake on my part for coming to Da Nang, Vietnam. I hate to say it, man. I really wanted that Miami experience with the affordability of what Vietnam is able to provide. And it has been very affordable. Don't get me wrong. Like, we had 2 to 3 hours of no rain from the monsoon season, which I understand is outside of my control. And that's why that was not a gripe on my end. Nobody can control the weather. But the 2 to 3 hours that I had of no rain, no super high winds, no downpours, I had hookah on the beach, 3 to 4 alcoholic beverages, and I was beachfront. And the bill came out to be around $45 to $50. And it was really, really affordable. However, the negatives far outweigh the positives of it being much more affordable than Thailand, and it is. But from a tourist perspective, from an experienced tourist like myself, the amount of barriers to entry to Vietnam just does not make the financial affordability worth it to me. I would rather pay more money, around 10 to 20% on average, to just have another week in Thailand, have another week in Pattaya, Bangkok. I might look up flights right now to go to Bangkok. If this Vietnamese visa allows multiple entries, because I have to leave from Da Nang to go back to the US next week, if I can go back to Thailand and not have to redo a visa to come back to Vietnam, y'all might see more content from Thailand. My experience in Da Nang has been absolutely horrible, and I'm not even like lying to you guys. And typically my channel is super positive and it's always trying to be uplifting, trying to show the best parts of countries or cities. Da Nang is not it, bro. Do not come here. This city will disappoint you in 80% of the time. It will disappoint you. Nobody speaks English, not their fault. And I get it. I gotta learn Vietnamese. That's on me. But the government can make it a lot easier for US citizens to visit here and or other countries, just like they do in Thailand, where they make the process almost instant to get a visa. Where the government-owned telecom company can make the eSIM have unlimited data, unlimited high speed. How hard is that? They already offer it on a physical SIM. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. If one country can do it, that's literally an hour and a half of a flight away, and you see that their tourism is absolutely booming, why wouldn't you incorporate that in your own country and in cities like Da Nang? This could be the Miami of Southeast Asia if they implemented the same things that Thailand is doing. It's ridiculous, man. The only thing Da Nang truly has to offer is ocean views, affordability, and maybe 2 or 3 attractions, right? They have the Lady Buddha, the Dragon Bridge, and they have Hoi An, which is a 30-minute drive away, and the banana boats. Whoop-de-doo. You can do Da Nang in like 2 or 3 days and then leave. Please do not stay here longer than 3 days. It's not worth it, man. It is not worth it. Don't come here for more than 3 days. I'm thinking about either going to a different city or just leaving Vietnam for the rest of my stay and just come back to Da Nang to connect and go to Korea so I can go back home to the States. I don't want to be here anymore, to be completely honest with you. And I'm not drunk, I'm sober, I'm not buzzed. This is just the frustrations I've been running into. And it's just killing me, man. I really don't like being here. I feel like I feel like a complete outsider. Like in Thailand, I was like, yo, there's some Americans over there. They speaking English over there. here it's so isolating, low key. Even as a solo traveler, it's very isolating here. And a lot of YouTubers won't even tell y'all that. They'll come here, shoot some content, edit it, and be on to the next city. So for my YouTube creator or content creators out there, if y'all come to Da Nang, do a 3-day stay, and then take your butt back to Thailand, man. Don't stay here too long. Yeah. If you guys agree with me, let me know down in the comments below. And again, this is nothing negative towards the Vietnamese people. I love the Vietnamese people. Again, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is just the bureaucracy of tourism here, specifically in Da Nang. I'm not talking about the other big cities. I haven't been there yet. Maybe I'll go there because I don't like it in Da Nang. I may go to Saigon or I may go to Ho Chi Minh City and be upset at how crowded it is there. But Da Nang is not it. Even like the nightclubs. Oh man, let me talk about the nightclubs, man. For as far as like my type of music, like hip hop, R&B, or like I'll even do EDM to a degree. They may have 3 clubs here. They may have 3, if that. And it just leads me to believe that Da Nang is just not ready for American tourists or English speaking tourists. They're not ready. Not at all. Oh, I'm just frustrated, man. And that's why I created this stream, man. I just need to be real with y'all. I don't know how much content I'm going to be able to shoot out here. I'm doing the banana boats tomorrow and going to see the hand bridge or whatever. Do that corny stuff and record some content. But other than that, I want out, man. I don't want to be in Vietnam anymore. After the I don't know, man. I'm just Thailand is so special, and it's not the reason why y'all think. Thailand is special because they're so accommodating and so nice to not only American tourists but all tourists. Even though there are some annoyances when you walk down Walking Street in Pattaya, people offering you ping pong shows and stuff like that. You can ignore that stuff. But they have endless food options. They have the convenience of, unlimited food options. Out here, it's primarily Southeast Asian food, and I have nothing against it. They have great seafood. They have, I got some grilled beef yesterday and today, and it was fire. But as far as a variety of food in Da Nang, they have it, but it's not as abundant as it was in Pattaya or Bangkok. And I hate to compare bigger cities like Bangkok to Da Nang because it's like comparing apples to oranges, but it's just a frame of reference that I'm able to give to you guys since I just came from Bangkok and Pattaya. And coming to Da Nang, it just feels like a downgrade. It's like going from like a Hellcat. I hate it. I'm sorry, man, from all my black folks. But it's like going from a Hellcat down to like a RT on the Charger. Like Da Nang's the RT. Looks just like the Hellcat, kind of, right? But it doesn't have the horsepower behind it to make it the fastest vehicle. To me, Bangkok and Pattaya are the Hellcat and the Scat Pack. They're both super fast and way faster than the RT Charger, if you guys are car people. But Da Nang is just not it, man. I'm sorry, man. I went on a 25-minute rant about how much I don't like Da Nang. And it's just honest truth. Honest truth, man. I don't know what to do from here. I got to make sure that this visa that I have, this Vietnamese visa, if it's a multi-entry, I'm up out of here. I might be leaving for Thailand tomorrow, man. I don't like it here, bro. Even though like this is a nice hotel room, is way nicer than anything that I had in Thailand. I don't want to be here. I'm going back. I want to go back to Thailand. Y'all might see a live stream this weekend from Thailand. This is I just don't like it, bro. All right, y'all. Any last minute comments or anything before I get off, man? It's almost 2 in the morning over here. I just got laundry done in the hotel. I don't know how the laundry gonna turn out, man. I just gave the dude the money, gave him my clothes, some detergent, and he said come back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So we'll see if my clothes shrink up like some damn shrinky dinks. Y'all gonna see me in an extra small shirt on the next stream. But you know, I am honestly making the best out of this trip. At least this portion of the trip, I'm making the best I can out of it, especially with the weather being so bad. It's supposed to rain until Tuesday, and it's Thursday. Monsoon season, can't control the weather, I get it. But damn, almost a week worth of rain? Log me off right now, man. Take me back to Thailand right now. I'm low key. I got this Airbnb until the 26th, and it's the 20th. I got 6 more days here. Low key, I gotta do my research to see if that's a multi-entry visa for Vietnam. I'll leave. I'll just take the clothes that I need for Thailand and go back to Thailand and come back here, pick up the rest of my clothes and head to the airport. That just goes to show you how much I don't like being here, bro. This is not it. Like, please take me back to Thailand, man. I miss the pad krapao. I miss the pad thai, even though I ate it almost every day. I missed everything, man. Everything was in abundance in Thailand. All right, y'all. I'm out, man. It's almost 30 minutes me ranting about how bad this place is. Don't come here. Just don't. Do yourself a favor. Wait a few years for it to be developed. Wait like 3 or 4 years. They're in the very early stages of the tourism boom here in Da Nang. They're building noble residences. They're building hotels and stuff on the riverfront, on the ocean front. But give it a few years. It'll be nice in like maybe 5 years. But right now, this ain't it. All right, y'all. I'm Jay. The YouTube channel is called Trippin with Jay. If this ain't the most positive video, it's the most honest video y'all are ever gonna see from me. Because typically, I'm so happy to see a new country for the first time, a new city. But just Da Nang just really disappointed me, man. This is a PSA to all the people that will want to come to Da Nang. You better taper your expectations, man. Taper your expectations and pack your patience, because it's going to be tested while you're here. All right, y'all. I'm out. Subscribe to the channel if you did reach the end of this video. And yeah, spread the word, man. Da Nang is not it yet for my English-speaking tourist. Do not come here until it is more developed. Give it 3 to 5 years. That's my PSA. Honest truth, it's a beautiful city. Great food, great people, but the infrastructure is just not ready. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.